Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sonia.
And I'm Simon. Let's dive into the top stories.
Anthropic is reportedly in talks to acquire Descartes, an AI startup based in Israel, for approximately $6 billion. Descartes specializes in software that can reduce the cost of training and operating AI by improving chip efficiency.
That's a significant deal. What does Descartes' technology specifically do to help with AI costs?
According to the reports, Descartes software helps chips work more efficiently, which can lower the expenses associated with training and running AI models. This is crucial because AI training is notoriously resource-intensive.
So, if Anthropic acquires Descartes, it would likely enhance Anthropic's AI capabilities and potentially reduce operational costs.
Exactly. The acquisition would be a strategic move to bolster Anthropic's AI model training efficiency. It's worth noting that this deal comes after Elon Musk denied that SpaceX was in talks to acquire Descartes.
Interesting. So, there was some speculation about other potential buyers, but it seems Anthropic is now the frontrunner.
Yes, and Anthropic is also working on introducing an invisible watermark on text processed by its chatbot Claude to comply with EU regulations. This watermark indicates AI processing, but doesn't confirm the original creator.
That's a clever move to address regulatory concerns. How does this fit into Anthropic's broader strategy?
It seems Anthropic is focusing on both expanding its AI capabilities through acquisitions like Descartes and ensuring compliance with emerging regulations in key markets like the EU.
Let's switch gears to Thailand's digital asset industry. Bitasa has achieved travel rule readiness with SumSub, which is part of Thailand's move towards global digital asset standards.
That's right. The Thai SEC is preparing to implement the travel rule later this year, following SATF recommendations. This regulation requires digital asset operators to collect and exchange specific information for qualifying digital asset transfers.
So, what does achieving travel rule readiness mean for Bitasa and the broader industry in Thailand?
It means Bitasa is now compliant with upcoming regulations that aim to enhance transparency and security in digital asset transactions. This move is expected to bring Thailand's digital asset industry in line with global standards.
How significant is this development for Thailand's position in the global digital asset market?
It's a significant step. By adopting these standards, Thailand is demonstrating its commitment to regulatory maturity, which could attract more institutional investors and enhance the country's reputation in the digital asset space.
Let's move on to India's manufacturing ambitions. NITI-IO has identified 12 sectors where India can aim for global manufacturing leadership by 2047.
That's right. The report highlights challenges such as import dependence, fragmented supply chains, and infrastructure gaps that need to be addressed. NITI-IO is advocating for a profit-led manufacturing push and greater scale.
So, what specific strategies does NITI-IO recommend to overcome these challenges?
The report suggests differentiated policy responses based on sector-specific constraints. For instance, some sectors may need help with raw materials, while others may require technological upgrades or better infrastructure.
It sounds like a comprehensive approach. How does this fit into India's broader economic goals?
Becoming a global manufacturing hub by 2047 is a key objective, and this strategy is part of India's larger vision to enhance its economic competitiveness and create more value-added jobs.
Let's turn to Spain's inflation rate, which rose to 3.6% in July, the highest in over 2 years.
Yes, driven by higher electricity and fuel costs due to the partial closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Power prices topped €100 per MWh, the highest year-on-year figure since 2022.
What are the implications of this inflation spike for Spain's economy and consumers?
Higher inflation means increased costs for consumers and businesses. It could also impact consumer spending and potentially slow down economic growth if not managed properly.
Are there any specific measures being taken by the Spanish authorities to address this inflation?
The reports don't mention specific policy responses yet, but typically, governments and central banks might consider monetary or fiscal measures to control inflation.
With the objective of Europe-wide distribution. Let's touch on some corporate news. AIXTRON has made a release according to the German Securities Trading Act.
These releases are typically related to voting rights announcements. Companies like AIXRN, C Economy, Leg Immobilien, and Billfinger have all made similar announcements recently.
What do these announcements usually signify?
They are usually notifications about changes in voting rights, which can be triggered by various events such as shareholder buyouts or other significant transactions.
So these announcements are part of regulatory compliance and help keep investors informed.
Exactly. They're a transparency measure to ensure that stakeholders are aware of significant changes that could affect the company's governance or stock performance.
As we've covered all the major stories, I think that's a good place to wrap up today's discussion.
Agreed. Thanks for the insightful conversation, Simon.
Likewise, Sonia. Until next time.
Goodbye, and thanks for listening.